Good afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. My name is Jeannie D, and this is Afternoon Express.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Bonnie Booley. Now, given that the overwhelming majority of people in South Africa are disadvantaged, it means that our communities are subjected to violence, substance abuse, and various social ills. And today on the show, we chat to the lead actress, Jill Levenberg, and producer Paulo Areal of the Ellen Pakkies film, which is based on a true story set in a community that is ravaged by drugs and violence.
Exactly. I cannot wait for that interview. So we also meet Sikelelo Mkozozeli, social worker from Izande House, to look at the effects of drug abuse in communities.
Yeah. Join the conversation online, please, and tell us what issues your community is facing and how you think those issues can be dealt with or solved. And tweet us at Afternoon Chat using our official hashtag Afternoon Express, or comment on our Facebook page.
And later on in the show, we chat to animal behaviorist Kieran Piper about dog personalities and what influences their personality type.
Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. My name is Falisa Dembe, and obviously you're tuned into Afternoon Express. I'm holding it down as usual in the kitchen with Chef Clem. How's it, Chef Clem?
I'm actually quite excited today.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in the kitchen.
I mean, always we prepare such delicious plant-based veggie dishes, and today is a must-try.
Yo, it's crazy. So did you watch the cook-along yesterday?
I did, of course I did.
There we go. So we made a delicious plant-based dish from scratch.
Yeah.
Today we're doing it with some prepared dishes. So making a beautiful mushroom Kiev, little Kievs over there.
Nice,
with a beautiful salad. It's going to be amazing. But there's more. You ready for all of it?
I think I've prepared my stomach. I haven't eaten lunch, so I'm ready
for everyone?
Yes, tucked in for us all in the kitchen.
So then we're going to head over and we're going to make some beautiful Lucky Coin pickles. Ever heard of that? I'm going to tell you about that. We've got some jalapeno poppers.
Okay, I love something spicy, so that's for me.
But then I'm kind of tired of cooking. It's only Wednesday, I know, but I've been doing a lot of cooking, so I need you and Jeannie to make me something.
Got you. Got you. Challenge accepted. Okay, now, story van Ellen Pakkies is a heart-rendering account of a woman who has been tried for the murder of her drug-addicted son. Set to be released on the 7th of September nationwide, it's already causing a worldwide controversy and stir.
Your Worship, Advocate Adrian Samuels, I'm considering representing the accused.
The state's gonna make an example out of you. You're looking at 20 years. I can win this case, but you have to trust me.
If you want to understand who he became, you need to understand the drug. This drug can literally change the way your brain functions. The boy that Ellen was living with is no longer her son. He was a monster, pure and simple.
Wow, what a film. I can see how you actually got visibly upset from re-watching your performance, but well done on a fantastic performance. Thank you so much for being here and for putting this film together.
Absolutely, and well done for telling the story. I mean, it's obviously a huge story. And how did you come across the story, and what was so compelling about it that you had to tell it?
Very simply, I mean, I remember the story, the whole court case. You know, I had a drug problem back in the day, and so anything that's drug-related, I always have a kind of interest in it. And I remember thinking, you know, yeah, your son's a drug addict, but you have no right to kill your son, you know.
Sure.
And years later, a friend of mine reminded me of the story, and I thought, well, it would make a great film. So we set up a meeting with Ellen, and within 5 minutes of meeting her, I went, I've got to make this movie, because the person that Ellen is and the act, I still cannot reconcile the two.
Yeah.
I still cannot.
Just for our viewers at home who aren't familiar with the story, tell us a little bit about, or tell us the story, just quickly.
Ellen Pakkies is a woman from Lavender Hill. She murdered her son in 2007. He was addicted to tik, which is the case for a lot of children and families on the Cape Flats. You know, the area is ravaged by gang wars and drugs. And the sad part about it is that 11 years after his murder, absolutely nothing has changed. In fact, another man murdered his son last year. And I ask myself, how much more of this do we have to endure as citizens of South Africa before anybody's really going to sit up and take notice? I come from Kensington, where there are bullets every day. People are killed every day in Kensington. And we've become too numb, we've become too desensitized, and we've become too used to it.
And it's the new normal.
It's the new normal.
The normal now.
We protested last week in Kensington. Today, Bonteville had a protest. Ellen Pakkies' life has not changed, 11 years on. And I ask myself, where is the ruling party in Cape Town? Where is our government? Why aren't they listening to our people? Because this is the norm in Cape Town, and I know in many other places around South Africa.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of every actor's journey comes to a point where they have to make a conscious decision not to judge their character.
Yes.
Right? And not to judge that decision.
Right.
So tell me about that place where you came to and what brought you there and how you found her humanity.
You know, to be honest, I followed the story from 2007, and immediately when I saw the headlines, I felt compassion for this woman, because when you are a resident of Cape Town, you're not a stranger to TIC or the effects of crime and the effects of the drug. Either your neighbor is on it, or you've had a history with it, or your family has a history with it. So you know the story, you know the game, you know the sound of mothers crying because their kids are lost. And I immediately understood, and I immediately had compassion with her. And, you know, the film came around a couple of years ago, and I auditioned for it, but that film at that time didn't get realized. And then years later, the director of Numaiskoli, who I also worked with, Darren Joshua, in Numaiskoli, I sent him a mail when I heard that they were auditioning, and I heard nothing. I said, look, I want to be part of telling the story because I am so angered with the fact that our people are ignored. I want to be part of telling the story. I don't care if I play a dog, a cat, a neighbor. I don't care. I just want to be part of telling a story. And I didn't hear anything. And then several weeks later, I got a mail to say, but you're playing the lead.
And you did such an outstanding job. I mean, I'm still sitting here with goosebumps.
Thank you so much.
And the guy who played Abby as well, what an amazing actor as well. He had this insane transformation. Physically, you could see everything change as the drugs ravaged his life and his face. I mean, what was the? I mean, he was obviously an outstanding choice.
Yeah, look, the interesting thing is that he wasn't really on the director's radar.
Yeah.
You know, and our casting director, Ephraim, said, look, there's this other guy. He's a little bit too old to be the role, because Jared is a little bit older than what AB was at the time.
Yeah.
So, but Jared knew that he would have to compensate for that. So he did a lot of work. He did incredible amount of detailed work. And when he came in for his audition, he literally walked in, did his piece, and he left. And it was like one of those, well, we're going to have to deal with the age thing. You know, it was literally...
Because he was that good.
He lost 13 kilos.
He lost 13 kilos.
How did he look? When I saw how much weight he lost, I thought, I want to know what diet he was on.
I want to be on that diet. But you can't stop a determined actor. If they've decided that they are going to become this role and they will embody it, that is exactly what they'll do. So you've started receiving some awards.
Yes.
The film is already highly acclaimed. Congratulations. What do you want audiences to take away from this experience?
Firstly, I want to say this. The film has received so much attention abroad. We've done really well in Rotterdam, in America, in Seattle, as well as in Poland. And I really want to appeal to the South African public to go and to buy a ticket at the cinema.
Yeah.
Because for some other reason, people are thinking that they're making producers and actors rich if they buy a cinema ticket. That is not the case. This is not Hollywood. We get 5 weeks to make a movie, not 2 years. Our budgets are extremely different.
Yeah.
All you ensure with your movie ticket is the fact that the next story gets told, that our people get heard, that stories come to the fore. So please do not buy a pirate. Please be a positive contribution, make a positive contribution to our economy, to our industry, because it's not only the actors who suffer, it's the hairdresser, it's the parking guard, it's the driver, it's the caterer, it's the cameraman who will get a job on that movie. So let's change the game, you know, support South African movies, because abroad we're getting attention and we need the South African people behind us.
Yes.
And
we need our audiences
We need
behind
our
us,
audiences
so we can
behind
keep the
us.
movies at cinema as well. Because the more people go to the cinema to watch the film, it stays longer on circuit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we get employed. People get employed all round.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here and sharing the story, and thank you so much for doing the story. I mean, it really really is amazing. And best of luck with everything. All the awards.
Thank you.
Now remember, you can share with us the issues that your community is facing and how you think they can be solved by tweeting us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page.
Now, after the break, we are joined by our furry friends Donut and animal behaviorist Kieran Piper, who will help us understand how dogs view and interact with the world. We also chat to Sabric, Head of Relationship Management Susan Potgieter, who will explain how romance scams work and how we can avoid them online.
This Amagwinya and Vet Cook Day on August the 30th. Join us on Afternoon Express to celebrate this South African classic by frying up a batch with friends, family and colleagues. Enter the Olive Pride National Amagwinya and Vet Cook Day giveaway and tell us who you believe deserves an Olive Pride Amagwinya Day hamper. Enter on the Olive Pride Facebook and Instagram pages. Entries close at midnight on the 29th of August.
Whiskers, feed their curiosity.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're live on SABC3. Now, understanding your dog's personality can help you better understand your dog and appreciate how he or she views and interacts with the world. Animal behaviorist Kieran Piper is here to help us understand the different types and influences of dogs' personalities. Kieran, welcome to the loft.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, I see Donut staring lovingly into your eyes.
Yes.
Are you whispering stuff to him?
Yes, sweet nothings. Sweet nothing. She gets me.
So, what kind of... So, we all know that all dogs have different personality traits, right? But how does the breed influence those traits?
Well, certainly different types of dogs who are bred for different functions, so this does affect their behavior. So genetics has a huge role to play, but also there's a very, very critical developmental period very early in a dog's life where a lot of the work that you put in will determine how that dog engages with the world and how they indeed are able to cope with the world that we expect them to.
People usually presume that a bigger dog will have a more aggressive personality or more confrontational one, and a smaller one will be a bit calmer and timid, but actually sometimes it's the other way around.
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, a lot of the time. I definitely think that the size of a dog can have an effect on how it engages with the world, particularly little dogs that get rescued a lot may never learn how to cope with defending themselves or learning how to sort of engage normally. And on the other side, I suppose bigger dogs, I suppose we could expect that they can handle themselves. And so, you know, it's...
Although I've come across some little dogs with big attitude.
Oh, for sure.
Big bravado.
Oh, for sure.
So does the owner's personality or habits at home influence the dog's personality after some time?
Well, I definitely think that there is an energy exchange between an owner and their dog. Some people might argue that you project a lot of your stuff on your dog, but I definitely think that they engage and connect with us on a level much more than just training and feeding. So, yeah, I think there's a little bit of truth to that, but dogs are free-thinking, sentient beings that have their own personalities, you know, over and above the role that we have to play.
So I've heard it said that a lot of owners start to resemble their dogs and vice versa. Have you heard this?
Yes,
and
I
why
have.
do you think this
I
is
have.
the sentiment?
And, you know, I personally, in some respects, have definitely seen that.
I've also seen that.
But I'm not so sure how much validity there is in that.
Of course, we can't, like, you can't technically or scientifically explain it.
No, you can't prove it, no, but you can think it for sure.
What kind of a personality do you think Donut has?
Donut's a lovely dog.
Yeah.
Luckily for her, during her very early stages of development, she was afforded the opportunity to engage with a lot of different types of people in a lot of different settings, and this definitely gives her a very broad library of references to refer to later in life. So she's got a lot of experience in all of her 8 months, and the world is a wonderful place for her, so she's got no reason to think otherwise, and she's very engaging. She's Donut, puppy.
And she also, Donut will do anything for a treat.
Yeah, she definitely loves a little snack. Shall we give her one? Donut!
Donut!
Do you want a cookie? Come. Can you sit?
Oh,
Good.
wow.
Can you lie down? Oh, what a smart dog.
Wow.
She's a well-adjusted, happy, balanced, lovely dog, sweet. I had a little game with her earlier. We played a bit of tug. I gave her some snacks. We're
definitely
friends.
a snacker.
We're big friends.
Kieran, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you very
today.
much for having me.
So I hope this insight has helped you to understand your furry friend at home a little bit better.
Donuts and I have so much more in common than I thought. Snacking and me. Same WhatsApp group. I'll do anything for a good snack. This week's take on an easy-to-make midweek plant-based recipe ticks all the boxes with texture, color, oozing flavor, and crunch. It's going to be the perfect relationship with our Kiev meets roasted cauliflower, meets crispy mushrooms, packed full with goodness of Woolies vegetables. Your family will be getting all the nutrients that they need and all the flavor included too. To get this ingredients list and link to the recipe, simply SMS EAT to 33650. SMSs are R1.50 each and no free SMSs apply. Clem, I'll do anything for a good treat, so please do feed me.
All right, super easy. So yesterday we made a beautiful curry from scratch, all plant-based.
Yeah.
Today I'm going to show you exactly what Woolies have that's prepared for you already. So if you're getting into the plant-based diet, but you're not an amazing cook, don't worry, Woolies are done for you.
Okay.
So we've got these beautiful Kievs. We've got the...
What is a Kiev?
So it's normally a piece of meat, either stuffed with a bit of a sauce, something like mushroom sauce, and then rolled in a breadcrumb and then baked or deep fried. Today, we're using a plant-based one, so the risotto one. Kind of imagine like an arancini, risotto rice, set and then pan-fried with a bit of like the crumb. And we got the mushroom one as well.
Ideal, okay.
Yeah,
So
super
it's
easy.
Super easy. For someone like me who's always on the rush, on the go.
This is it.
There's work pressures, there's family pressures. This is how
Whether you're making this for yourself as a snack or if you're making it for a snack, you know, Got you.
That's why you're my dude.
It's super easy.
Okay.
We're keeping it healthy, so you can pan fry these,
Okay.
or you can pop it in the oven.
Perfect, okay.
In the oven's fine. I really like that.
I like ovens.
Yeah,
It
super
does all the
chill.
work for us.
So we've got some beautiful leaves over here, but we're going to dress them. We're going to go very chefy with this one, as you would in a restaurant. We don't want to make you look like you know what's what and you impress, all right?
You know, with a little schmooze and
There we go.
razzle-dazzle.
A little bit of turmeric and coconut dressing. That's going to go over there. It's quite like nice how Woolies have taken their dressing to the next level. Like no longer just the ranch and French.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I grew up with. The French, you had 2 options for a dressing.
That's it. 2 options, not
Yeah,
anymore. They've gone very global with their flavors, and it's really on trend right now.
Yum.
So we're just going to dress the leaves lightly. We're going to use more of that dressing a little later. We're just going to get the initial flavor in
And
there.
this dressing was the
Turmeric and
turmeric
coconut. You can take that with you. That's
Yes.
how we do.
I saw you giving Jeannie something yesterday. So
Yeah,
I mean, you're in
turmeric.
a giving mood this week.
I just share. You know what? At the end of the day, everybody comes and gets
It's
everything.
like
Everybody
you
gets.
you get a dressing. You get a little turmeric powder. Love
Look how they're shaking there because they know that's not true. It's okay. It's fine. Okay. Dressing beautiful leaves over there. I've got some celery. If you look at this, it's normal celery. I've just done this slice and popped it in some water.
Okay.
And it starts curling up like that. So that goes down just like that.
Perfect.
Then a bit of lemon. This is going to be a garnish. We'll keep it for the end.
Okay.
I've got these beautiful turmeric. Also, turmeric's flavor of the day. The chili roasted cauliflower florets.
So the cauliflower, you just...
It's done for you.
Oh, is it done
You put it in the
for
oven.
you?
Put it in the oven. Just like that with the Kievs. Let's just put a little bit over
Here
here.
I am giving Clem all the recognition. I'm like, you hooked us up in the kitchen, but Woolies has our backs.
Woolies. I can't even say it's me. Can't even.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Oh, well.
A little bit of a lemon on the side because we're being chefy, just like that.
Yes.
A little bit of these radish sprinkles. Again, garnishes
Yum.
everything.
And it just makes everything look good. I mean, I'm just taking notes for our challenge later on in the...
Are you? You know
in
about the
show.
challenge. All right. That's it. A little bit of salt and pepper. Down
And
we go.
voila.
Look at that.
Perfect. Okay, so quick recap. These are just veggies, mushrooms, and then you can put them in the oven quickly. You dress the leaves with a little bit of turmeric and coconut. I've got this. And then some celery, cloves. You mix it in with the cauliflower, salt, pepper. Done.
Done. And it looks like a restaurant dish. Does it not?
Ideal. As soon as my mom comes over, I know what I'm making her. So the simplest dishes are often the best, and this one is no exception. Introducing more veggies and plant-based dishes into your diet has never been easier. Pop into your nearest Woolies and shop from their new range of plant-based dishes and ingredients. And don't forget, Discovery Vitality members get up to 25% cash back when they stack their trolleys with healthy food, vegetables and fruit. To get the ingredients list and link to the recipe, simply SMS EAT to 33650. SMSs are R1.50 each. No free SMSs apply. And if you missed any of the steps, here's a quick recap.
Now, did you know that according to statistics, over 49 million people in the United States alone have tried online dating? While it can be a great way for singles to meet their perfect match, it's also an easy way for cyber criminals to seek out their victims, where they're not only robbed of their money, but their self-esteem too. We have Cyber Head of Relationship Management, Susan Potgieter, here to explain how romance scams work and how they can be avoided altogether. Welcome to the Loft, Susan. Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I mean, we've all heard stories of how people meet online and fall in love and they live happily ever after, but we've also heard of disasters. And it's scary to think that people can single you out online and see you as a perfect victim. How does social media aid this?
Right. It's actually very, very sad because we are so trusting and we put information out there on social media platforms, and then these unscrupulous criminals abuse the information and win our trust. And then, of course, unfortunately, sometimes people lose money over and above all the other things that you've already mentioned. So social media allows people to communicate across the globe. And of course, through this easy way of communication and the fact that it's virtual, there is opportunity to exploit.
Yes.
So what happens is these criminals choose their victims, and then, of course, they really work at gaining the trust and then exploiting. And as soon as there's some level of trust, they then, unfortunately, in many instances, start asking for money.
And they cash in.
Absolutely.
What role does social engineering play in this process?
Well, it just facilitates the whole process because it's a virtual medium. So you can pretend to be whoever you like on social media. The realities need to be verified after the fact. But whilst the communication flows, the person with whom's being communicated believes what they hear and what they see in many instances. Very often the photographs that are used are not those of the communicator at all. The storyline is generally fictitious. You'll find that the gentlemen who sort of target the middle-aged and elderly ladies who they believe might have some wealth always have these very, very interesting jobs. They're either in the Navy or they're working on oil rigs and so forth. But there's a trend there, and that is that it's impossible for them to actually meet or pop over for coffee. So that's part of the story. Very often it's also in another jurisdiction, also again to avoid having to make contact.
Wow. Sure. I mean, now that you say it, it makes it so obvious, right? What are other basically alarm bells that we can look out for, anyone trying to online date can look out for to make sure that they're not getting scammed?
Right. Facebook as one of the social media platforms that are being abused for this kind of scam. If you were to click on the communicator's Facebook profile, you'll generally see 1 or 2 photographs and there'll be no communication history. So that's a dead giveaway. Often the gentlemen look very, very handsome as well, and it could be a model's photo, and you might even recognize the model's
like
photo.
if I'm going to choose a picture, I'm going to choose a gorgeous woman.
Yes, absolutely. Because you want the best opportunity for somebody to be interested in you. So those are the giveaways. Also, the speed at which the communicator wants to progress the relationship to the next level is also alarming. Very often the communication style is a giveaway as well. You'll see a lot of cut and paste in the messages themselves because the way that the criminals deal with these kind of scams is they probably have a room full of communicators all responding to different profiles and cutting and pasting from the one profile to the other. Also, they tend not to use your name. It's communications like hi, beautiful, or flattering terminology and words because it's too difficult for them to remember who they're talking with at that point in time. So from a crime perspective, from a criminal perspective, it's a business. And of course, what they want out of this is money. So I think it's important just to say, please never ever send money to somebody that you've never met. Doesn't matter how sad the story is, don't do it. Because in all likelihood, you will never hear from them again.
Yeah, there you have it. I mean, it doesn't matter how infatuated you're feeling or you feel like this is real, do not send money to somebody that you've never met on the internet. Now, did you know that the economic crime rate in South Africa for 2018 so far has risen to 77%? Knowingly or unknowingly, money laundering is a criminal offence. And join us next week when Susan Potgieter shares her insights about money laundering and how to avoid becoming a victim.
Are brave, innovative, everywhere. We are Sabric.
And now it's all about whistling chef meals by Clover after the break as we challenge each other to see who can make the best side dish in 3 minutes to go with the whistling chef meal. There's no doubt it's going to be you.
Obviously, I'm in the spirit of winning competitions this year. Okay. So I might just win, you know.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, well done.
We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, the Whistling Chef Meals by Clover comes to your rescue when you have no time to cook. And the different varieties include beef lasagna, spaghetti bolognese, cottage pie, creamy Alfredo, macaroni, cheese. And of course, you simply just have to heat, whistle, and sing. That's exactly how I know how to cook.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm in very comfortable territory here.
Funny enough, I'm very good at whistling and singing. I'm not sure about the heating and cooking.
Okay, let's do a quick intro. You're the rules, okay? I'm going to put it in the microwave. It's gonna start going. When it whistles, I'll go fetch it. By the time I put it back on the plate, that's when you're done. Okay. No scratching, no biting, no pulling of hair, no none of that. All right, cool. So on my right, we have the newest addition to Afternoon Express. Can we flex some muscles? On my left, the reigning champion with 5 fights, 5 knockouts, no losses. That's Jeannie D. Guys, I'm heading to the microwave. I'm going to say you can start now already. And start. This is intense.
Okay, so basically we're just making the side salad to go with this. Now, this is how I cook every day. So.
Oh, so this is right up your alley?
Yeah.
It's okay, girl. I'm coming for you.
No.
Everyone loves a good underdog.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the strategy, Jeannie? What are we going for?
I'm just making one of my favorite all-time salads, just quick and easy.
All right, okay. So are we going for more flavor over presentation, or is it going to be a bit of both?
For me, the secret is that the dressing is everything.
The dressing is everything. Like you, the dress is everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So my dressing is going to be amazing.
My strategy
is to slow down because fingers and nails.
Yeah, first of all. And secondly, just be myself in the kitchen. You know, bring some kind of pali pizzazz to it.
All right.
Not get overwhelmed by the chopping.
Okay.
And
Talk me to the flavor profile. What am I going to taste first when I taste your salad?
A whole lot of kick and zing.
Zing.
This lemon that I'm cutting is just for that zesty little fresh flavor.
Should I kind of say that presentation of your stations at the end counts towards the... Let's not do that.
No.
I'm talking flavor.
I don't know how to be neat in the kitchen sometimes.
I'm not going to say the unique technique there by Palessa by adding the lemons to the salad with the skin on. Is that for roughing?
Yeah. No, this is for just to like drizzle the lemon
kind
on
of
top.
a DIY like experience I like that. Okay.
Don't hate on my food.
No, loving. Jeannie, something's going on there. Whisks are out. You want to talk me through that?
I just added ginger.
I'm sorry, you can't talk? You actually can't finish that?
No!
Because can you hear that? Can you hear that?
No, he said that as soon as it's on the plate.
No, you said as soon as it's on the plate.
No, as soon as it's on the plate. So,
yes, thank you.
So we still have time.
Okay, so let's take 5 seconds before I take it to the microwave.
Okay, guys, don't forget you can vote for whoever you think is the best side dish maker on Twitter or Instagram. Visit us on Afternoon Chat and let us know
I've still got time
who
to kill.
wins.
And done. All right. Okay. I think I can call this. I think it's easy.
Plate mine.
No. It's fine. That's okay.
No, it counts.
There we go.
It counts.
Bring it. There we go. Present your dishes. That's family style, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this, guys.
Because I mean, what on earth are you going to do with the lemon?
We got that. We know.
We said we're going to do that.
Yes. Okay, give me the hands. Give me the hands. All right. So the winner is not for me to decide because I can't do this. I have to come to work tomorrow, so I'm not going to get involved. Social media. This is all you. So you're going to totally go to the polls. You decide. Is it Jeannie? Is it Palessa? You let us know.
I mean, which salad would you rather eat?
It's definitely mine, hey.
Mine is, I'm actually going to eat mine now. That's
it's
the
yours.
difference. Thank you so much. No, that was really an exciting competition. Comment on our Facebook page who you think made the best side dish to go with this delicious Whistling Chef meal.
From beef lasagna to creamy macaroni and cheese, Clover the Whistling Chef's high-quality, ready-to-eat meals are made using trusted Clover cheese, milk and cream. It's SA's favorite home-cooked recipes, now prepared and conveniently packed with a variety to choose from. Added to that, Africa's first vac-seal technology ensures they're kept fresher for longer for the whole family to enjoy. The Whistling Chef. Heat, whistle, eat, sing. It's as simple as that. Made with love by Clover.
Hello, Baxter. So stay right there because we have another salivating recipe for you. And as you can see, it's hot in the kitchen. And after the break, we prepare gherkin-stuffed, jalapeno, bacon-wrapped chili poppers and lucky coins with homemade buttermilk and ranch dressing. Plus, we chat to Ntsikelelo Mqogozeli, a social worker from Izanda House, to look at the effects of drug abuse in communities.
The Whistling Chef. Heat, whistle, eat, sing. It's as simple as that. Made with love by Clover. Family to enjoy. The Whistling Chef. Heat, whistle, eat, sing. It's as simple as that. Made with love by Clover.
Get ready. The face of cybercrime is changing, and so are we. We are smarter. We take charge. We are in control. We are brave, innovative, everywhere. We are Sabric.
Welcome back from the ad break. You're tuned into Afternoon Express on SABC3, where the stage is yours. Now, the recipe I've been looking forward to the most, Tapa-style sharing, is taking over this year, giving everyone a chance to enjoy a bite-sized taste of a variety of mouth-watering dishes in one delicious meal. Clem's gherkin stuffed jalapeno, bacon-wrapped chili poppers, and gherkin lucky coins with a homemade buttermilk and ranch dressing are two complementary dishes that have enough flavor and pizzazz to thrill just about any taste bud and every
It's a
taste
mouthful.
Bud.
It's crazy. It's really insane. I'm gonna do some real quick chopping.
Okay.
So I'm using one of my favorite ingredients in the world, pickles.
Pickles.
Yo.
I grew up stealing pickles from the fridge all the time.
All the time.
Because they're just so yummy, and I think I've always had a taste for that spicy kick. Since a very young age.
Yeah.
That's why I'm also looking forward to getting into those jalapenos, honey.
True story. And they are so spicy. So my favorite thing is that Rhodes quality pickles come in a 350-gram jar and a 780.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest, we all go for the 780.
Yeah, the bigger the better. The bigger the better.
But people don't use it like in the most versatile ways ever. They're just like snacking, like you say.
Yes.
So I'm gonna show you a really cool way of how to do that today. In this bowl, I've got some of those pickles I just added.
Okay.
My favorite, sweet and sour pickles. So I've added that into it.
Okay.
A little bit of cream cheese, a little bit of mozzarella. Give that a mix. That's gonna be the stuffing for our jalapenos. When people say jalapeno,
yeah,
you know,
I think sometimes, I say both.
Do
Sometimes
you?
I say jalapeno,
'Cause then
sometimes
I'm
I say jalapeno. If anyone is like me, comment on our Facebook and Instagram.
because normally I'm like Facebook unfriend.
Yeah, oh no, let me know that. Let me know you're a little like me because I kind of say all of it. Jalapeno, jalapeno.
It's the crowd, right? It's where you're at, you know?
I know, right? So guys, don't forget, if you want this recipe, SMS the keyword Rhodes to 33650 and you'll be getting the list of ingredients and recipes sent to your device.
Cool. Now, this is a jalapeno. Inside, this is where the massive heat is at, okay?
With the seeds, is that true?
And more than the seeds, the ribs. Okay, I go in full. I mean, I add that in, but today I'm going to show you how to take it out. So get a little spoon.
Okay.
Just take it out. There we go. That's what you want out.
Oh, that's
I'm keeping
easy.
half the heat in.
Nice. Because, we're from Durban, so.
Take a teaspoon, same one. Get a little bit of that filling in there. Just like that.
I actually was wondering, how do you stuff something that's already so small? So you have to be kind of delicate, but still get in.
Yeah, let them know
there.
who's in charge. Just like that. And then to keep it all in there.
You kind of seal the deal.
A little bit of bacon.
With some bacon.
Okay, this is optional. You can use a bit of a skewer if you want to just keep it all together. Okay. The bacon adds a nice smoky flavor to it.
Nice.
Just like that. There we go. Pickles inside, nice and wrapped. Then what you do is you go into... Oh, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
To this eggs, can you add that sriracha? You can pop the bowl down there for me, right here.
Perfect.
Then you can add the sriracha, Worcester sauce, buttermilk. I'm going to go into some flour.
And can I just put them all in?
Uh-huh. And I'm going to give it a quick whisk. Just like that. And you can add the buttermilk.
Oh, look at you doing a million things at once.
Who said men can't multitask as well? I'm using the both hands right now. Okay, dip it into that, just like that. Into the breadcrumbs.
Perfect.
And they look like, let me show you. You can pop it forward.
This?
Yeah, look at that. They go to the oven, they come out beautiful and delicious. Lucky
Nice.
coins. Let me move this out the way real quick.
Yeah, the lucky coins.
Your same chopping skills you had earlier.
Yes.
Let me do it. I'm right here.
Okay.
Nice little coins. They're called lucky coins.
Does it matter how thick you slice
No,
the
absolutely not.
gherkins?
Depending how thick you like it.
Okay.
So where's that eggy mixture? Can I use that real quick?
Yeah.
I'm going to add the coin straight into that.
Oh, so this is how the gherkin coins also become spicy.
Exactly. Then we take it out. You don't have to mix it through completely. A little bit.
Okay.
All you're
Should I
looking for
help
now
you?
is the glue. And then you pour it in there. Just like that.
Perfecto mundo.
Guys, I'm like there's like food everywhere. It's my happiest day ever.
I know, I love it.
It feels like a cook-along.
The best.
It feels like a cook-along.
Well, hopefully on one cook-along, I'll be able to really test your skills in the kitchen because you've been doing quite a lot with these veggie-based recipes.
We have.
I'm really wanting to take you through your tests, yeah.
I'm there. Drop the
Perfect.
pickles into the oil.
How long do you have to keep it in the oil for?
Literally 40 seconds.
40 seconds.
40 seconds. They come out super crispy, super delicious. There's that ranch dressing on the side.
Nice.
Dip it, dunk it, snack, do your thing. Dinner's done. I'm done. I'm out. Guys, whoa, apron off. It's been a day.
To you, Sensei,
Thank you.
Sensei Clem. Now, don't forget to tune in on Friday because we're going to be announcing the 2 Rhodes Quality hashtag for the Love of Winter competition finalists that Zola has selected, who now stand a chance to win the 100,000 Rand grand prize. I wish my name was in that draw.
Rhodes Quality for the love of winter.
Now, we are all aware of the consequences that drug and substance abuse have in our families and communities.
Absolutely. And chatting to us today about the positive outcomes of addiction treatment is Ntsikelelo Mqogozeli, a social worker with years of experience working in this demanding field. Welcome to the Loft.
Thank you for having me.
So drugs are bad, and we know that drugs are bad for you. But there are certain kinds of drugs that have got different effects on you. And I think today, let's deal specifically in violent drugs. So there's certain drugs that people take that makes them act harmful towards themselves and towards those around them. What are those specific drugs that we call violent drugs?
Sure, with one word, I will call them stimulants, but breaking them down, that will be what is well known in Cape Town as stick, which is methamphetamine. What is known as cocaine, I think it's called crack in some other countries. Those drugs, they tend, when you're craving for them, change your behavior and behave aggressively. And when the withdrawal stepped in, when you stop using them, that same behavior steps up again when the person starts to be aggressive to himself or either those around them.
And what does Nyaupe do?
Nyaupe is a depressant, it's called heroin. It makes you numb, slow, sluggish.
Okay,
It's more or less the same as alcohol. But alcohol fits in both sides as a stimulant as well as a depressant, because alcohol, when you use it leastly, it's a stimulant, but when you use it excessively, that means when you abuse it, then it becomes a depressant. Hence, when you are, let's say you drank alcohol for a day, the next day, you will feel so depressed and down and so emotional.
Yes.
What happens to somebody's brain when they do tick?
There's called neurons in the brain, which helps you to function during the day.
Yeah.
Once the drug steps in, it gives you that feeling of excitement that it's called dopamine, which makes you feel happy. We all have that feeling. Sometimes when you graduate, that those hormones are released. But when you're using substances, you constantly want to feel that happiness all the time. And that happiness happens only once.
Yeah.
If you use again, you'll be chasing that first instance of the first hit. That happiness is no longer there.
It's never going to get, you're never going to get that high again after that.
What does it do to the body? All these particular drugs, these violent drugs, what do they do to the body?
They damage your teeth, brain, or your organs inside like liver, kidneys, they also get affected. And you lose weight, quite a lot of weight, because it makes you lose appetite as well.
I want to know, like, if you look, especially, when we have to speak about, when we're referring to the movie, if you go into communities like, that they have in the Western Cape where people are ravaged with drug addiction, what is it that happens where these kids get so addicted to drugs that they become monsters, where they behave in a way, like with the Ellen Pakkies story, that he would beat his mother up? What goes on in the psychology of a child addicted to drugs to be able to push them to the limit to behave in such a brutal way?
Sure. You highlighted a very important word, which is called addiction. Once addiction steps in, that means I'm depending on that substance for me to survive. So for me to function or do anything, I'm depending on that substance. So if that substance is not available, I don't feel myself as a functioning person, which makes them create those violent behaviors. What usually happens is when substances steps in, like in your mindset, it numbs your feeling. That feeling of empathy, that feeling of this is a human being, I should do such, it goes away the window.
Wow.
The only feeling you have is just my next fix, my next fix, my next fix. That's all you think about mostly.
Wow. So, I mean, there's some of these drugs where people say shocking things like, once you started, you never stop, right? So how then can rehab be effective in those instances?
Sure. I think I can make a good example of heroin, which is a depressant. It's very highly dangerous drug, same as TIC, methamphetamine. Once you get addicted to it, we have three categories of people. We have a user, we have an abuser, and we also have someone who's dependent, that's someone who's addicted to the substance. So you may experience a substance once and get off to it easily, or abuse it once and again and be able to stop for quite a long time. But once you're addicted, once the addiction steps in, that means you're hooked to the substance. It's no longer easy for me to just say, I'm not going to use today. You can think about it at the back of your mind, but the triggers around you pushes you to want more, which makes things difficult. What the rehabs can do, we have a detox unit where we keep someone under supervision of nurses, making sure that those physical cravings that they experience are looked at without the substance this time. That helps someone to achieve the goal of staying clean at the long run.
I find it so sad and so intense that somebody would, like, knowing that something is going to make them addicted and make them depressed and make them act out in a way that isn't their normal character. I wish I understood why somebody would still want to go and do it.
Well, perhaps it's a lack of knowledge that, or the not understanding the severity of how much they'll be impacted.
Sure. Sometimes they do understand the severity and they know and they see from the peers or the people around the community. I mean, we live in Cape Town, we see that every day your son can grow up and they can see that drugs is affecting people every day, but I want to experiment that because when my brother, when my uncle is high, this is what he does. He's able to go and steal a car, which we can have food at the house. You want to do the same thing so I can provide for the house, which you know that's going to lead me nowhere. But I believe that my uncle is brave when he's on this substance.
So do you think it's desperation?
Absolutely, and sometimes the dealers market in that way that if you use, you're going to gain these superpowers to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And with the role models around us, makes people want to go and experiment those drugs, which lead them to disaster.
That's why we need good role models within these communities. Thank you so much for being
Absolutely.
here.
Thanks for your time
For
as well.
educating us a little bit more on these addictive drugs.
You're welcome. Sure.
We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, I hope you saw all the action that took place earlier on in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It was a showdown between Miss Jeannie D and Bali Tembe. And thank you so much for all the votes that you sent in. But all the votes have been tallied. And the results are in, and are you ladies ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, do you want to just make like one last bid for why you should win?
No, all I can tell you is that nobody is ever going to eat a salad with lemon wedges in it. You are one of the healthiest people I know. You wouldn't have even eaten that salad.
You see, I was going for an out of the box.
I'm speechless. I can't even answer that.
I was going for an out of the box kind of approach, avant-garde kind of approach, new age, 2018 kind of approach.
New age tasteless.
So, you know, but oksalayo, numbers don't lie, so.
Yeah, numbers don't lie. So what we have here is Jeannie D at 57%.
Yes! Undefeated in the kitchen.
And Balisa Tambe a close behind.
No, well done.
No,
at
that's
43%.
not so close, man. That's not so close.
43%. Okay, babe, just a note. Do not put lemon wedges in a salad.
Okay, fine.
So if anything, it's there to squeeze on the salad and then
on the top.
and then be
that
done
was
with
the
it.
idea I was going for, but people just took me far too literal. But it's okay. I'm happy that Jeannie won.
She literally cut the lemons. It was the first thing she put in the bowl.
The leaves were. But it's okay. Jeannie is the reigning champ, and I am not a sore loser. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You can have.
You can eat some of my salad since nobody's going to be eating yours.
Okay, thanks.
So what do you think made your salad win?
The same thing as, it's why my salads always win, a lot of cheese. You can never have enough cheese. And also my dressing, I literally...
Although salads with cheese, I stay away from salads with cheese. But anyway, join us again tomorrow as we meet South Africa's leading female motoring journalist, Juliette Maguire. Plus, Palisa gives us some of her fashion and beauty tips.
Juliette is actually a friend of mine, and I'm not going to be here tomorrow to be here with her.
No!
You've got to be very nice.
Okay, guys, anyway,
We'll
happy eating. Good night, and God bless. See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye.
My salad.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.